Welcome, lovely ones, to How to Have Unstoppable Self-Belief. This is the beginning of the journey, and the next 3 days worth of exercises, processes, mindset, methods are here to create a framework, a structure that totally supports you moving through each and every day. Now, today's particular subject and process gets right to the heart of what most gets in the way of people having unstoppable belief. I was going to say totally believing in themselves. And I just want to start off by saying, I don't know one single person, including myself, that has self-belief that is up there, 100% of the time, every single day, every single moment. And it's good not to have it up there all of the time, because when it drops, it gives us our opportunity to self-explore, to learn, to grow, to heal, to nourish, nurture, and strengthen ourselves at a core. So the biggest thing I know that erodes at people's self-belief is that feeling of not enoughness. That going right back to when we grew up, we grow up into the age of 5, experiencing life through feeling, not logical thoughts or approaches or filters. We learn through feeling. That feeling of, I just disappointed my mum, my dad, or I've not potty trained fast enough. My brother and sister learned how to walk quicker than me. I'm not learning to walk quick enough. So enoughness starts to occupy a big part of our structure, our unconscious patterning, our feeling of, in some way, not being enough. We compare ourselves to people at school to start off with and think, I'm not tall enough. My uniform is not good enough quality. My grades are not enough. And so as we move through life, we start to look for where we are not enough. I didn't get that promotion. I wasn't experienced enough. So enough, being enough, becomes a deficit within us. And I think when I speak to people about what do you most want to hear from your parents, and often it is, I am proud of you. Because then that tells us we were enough for them. What is it that your soul most wants to hear? What is it you most want to hear that you think that people would say to you if they believed in you? What is that? What are all the words or the sentences that you most want to hear? You are good enough. You are clever enough. You are the right team player enough. You are smart enough. You are intellectual enough. You are eloquent enough. What your soul, what your being wants the most reassurance from, that actually nobody else can fulfill, is to hear from you that you are enough. I am enough. Because we are playing out in our minds all day, every day, criticisms, adjustments we need to make. We're making stuff up about ourselves. Comments like, I could just eat a horse. That's not true. You couldn't just eat a horse. Or I'm famished. No, don't think you are. You get what I'm saying? We make statements up and feed our minds with it. So if we're going to make anything up, how about we feed our mind with, I am enough. I am enough. So, what's your exercise? Let me tell you why. When you tell yourself enough that you are enough, you will find that other people, when they say to you, oh, I feel this about you, you'll think, oh, that's interesting. But it's not filled you. There's nowhere for it to go. It's just, oh, that's nice to know. It's not part of what makes you resourceful. It's not what makes you believe in yourself, because you're already full from the inside, the most powerful place to be full from. You know, the longest relationship you will have in your life is with who? Yourself. The thoughts that navigate you the most are your own. So let's start working on those. I am enough. So when you start today, I want you to look in the mirror and just look at yourself and just look and say, you are enough. I am enough. During the day, you can have lots of opportunity to do free thinking when you're not applied to a task. And during those gaps, those opportunities, I want you to keep saying in your head, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Because we've got to put the work in for our mind to believe. You put the work in and it believing the other stuff. Now we've got to apply the same work, the same effort, the same attention in your mind, believing you are enough. Now, when we first start doing something, because it's unfamiliar, it feels uncomfortable. And so we're likely to retreat to a comfortable place, something of familiarity, but it's not always healthy. You know, we are comfortable with quite a lot of discomfort that we cause ourselves, you know, the thoughts that we have in our mind about ourselves. We get very comfortable with those and they're not always positive. So embrace the discomfort of the unfamiliarity of saying to yourself, I am enough, you are enough. And when you start to do whatever it is you're doing, whether it's an activity, a project, a conversation, before you start any of it, check in with yourself and say, I am enough. I am enough. And you'll notice as you go through the day that there's an ease that will begin to flow through your body, through your mind, through your heart, through your soul, and into everything that you approach, touch, connect with, work on. Repetition creates habit, and we've got to put some work in, letting our minds know, our soul know, our heart know, I am enough. I am enough. Write it in places, put it on post-it notes, remind yourself, put it inside the fridge, put it inside a cupboard, put it on the front of your laptop or your phone, or build it into a login. You know, maybe you need a password and in it you use I am enough, and as you're with squiggles and symbols and all sorts of things, so it's your unique password. But can you imagine logging into something, typing in I am enough as being your entrance into your own computer, your own world of work. You go slow. You know, you've got a moment to yourself to think. Remind yourself, I am enough. Getting in the car, I am enough. Keep saying it over and over and over again to yourself, I am enough. And you know what? It's true. And you know how I know that you are enough? Because you're living your life. Because you are getting through each day. You may even be absolutely excelling. Or you may be just happy to make it through a day without losing your marbles. I am enough. All right, my lovelies. We'll do a Facebook Live in the morning. If you've watched this before 6 a.m, and we're doing a Facebook Live soon, you can ask any questions about it. What's it bring up for you? Do you want to talk about your background, how what I've said resonates, or do you want to talk about how you've got some resistance to it? Whatever it is, join the Facebook Live and share what's happening for you and how you're feeling. All right, my lovelies, back to your process.